Take a breath for a moment. You don't need to rush. You don't need to have the answers right now. If you're listening to this, there's a good chance trusting God feels difficult for you at the moment. Not because you don't believe, but because you're tired, confused, or maybe hurt. And if that's you, I want you to know something first. You're not weak for feeling this way. You're human. Trusting God is easy when life is calm. It's harder when prayers feel unanswered, when the waiting feels endless, when you've done everything right and things still didn't work out. There are moments when faith feels less like confidence and more like holding on with trembling hands. And God sees that. Scripture reminds us that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Not the strong, not the perfect, but the brokenhearted. Trust doesn't mean you never question. It doesn't mean you never feel afraid. It means that even in the uncertainty, you choose not to walk away. Sometimes trusting God looks like worship. Other times it looks like silence. And sometimes it looks like tears. There are seasons where God feels quiet. And when that happens, it's easy to assume He's distant. But silence does not mean absence. Think of a seed planted in the ground. Nothing appears to be happening. But beneath the surface, growth is already taking place. In the same way, God often works in ways we cannot see yet. Scripture tells us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." That verse doesn't say, understand first, then trust. It says trust, even when understanding doesn't come. And that's hard, because our minds want explanations. Our hearts want certainty. We want timelines. We want clarity. But God sees the full picture, not just this moment. You may be in a season where you're asking, why is this taking so long? Why does it hurt like this? Why does everyone else seem to be moving forward except me? And those questions matter. God is not offended by them. Throughout Scripture, we see people who trusted God while still wrestling with doubt. David cried out in the Psalms. Job questioned everything he knew. Even Jesus, in his suffering, cried out to God. Faith has never meant pretending things don't hurt. Trusting God means bringing your honest heart to Him, not a polished version of yourself. Sometimes we think trust means forcing ourselves to feel peace, but real trust often begins before peace arrives. It starts with a quiet decision that says, God, I don't understand this, but I'm still here. And that matters more than you realize. There are moments when God allows us to walk through difficulty, not to break us, but to deepen us, not to punish us, but to shape our character. Scripture says, we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him. Notice it says in all things, not from all things immediately. Some things take time to make sense, some things won't make sense until much later, and some things may never fully make sense this side of eternity. But God's goodness is not measured by how easy life feels right now. You might feel like trusting God has cost you more than it's given. You might feel disappointed, or even unsure how to keep believing the way you used to. If that's where you are, hear this gently. God has not changed His heart toward you. His love is not fragile. It does not disappear when your faith feels small. It does not depend on how strong you feel today. Scripture reminds us, if we are faithless, He remains faithful. That means even when your trust wavers, God does not. Sometimes trusting God is not about big declarations. It's about small steps, getting up one more day, praying even when the words feel empty, choosing not to give up, even quietly. Those small acts of faith matter deeply. You may not feel strong right now, but strength is not required to trust God. Surrender is. And surrender doesn't mean giving up hope. It means releasing control. It means saying, God, I don't know how this will turn out, but I choose to believe You are still good. There is peace that comes not from having answers, but from knowing who walks with you through the unknown. Jesus said, do not let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God. He didn't say trouble wouldn't come. He said trust anyway. And that invitation still stands. You don't have to rush your healing. You don't have to force your faith to look perfect. You don't have to pretend you're okay when you're not. God meets you exactly where you are. So if trusting God feels hard right now, start here. Rest, breathe, stay. That is faith too. And even in this season, especially in this season, God is closer than you think.